Hi there, I'm Mike, and this is Movement Meditation Magic. It happens every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on YouTube, and I also multi-stream it to Facebook. And wow, there's so much stuff going on today. There's so many different things to talk about. I really have been focusing a lot on just being grounded lately. And I feel like that's one of the most important things that I can help people to achieve right now is just a sense of being grounded and finding good outlets for stress and for energy and transmuting the energy that they feel into positive changes in their bodies, transmuting energy like frustration or anger or aggression out into kettlebell swings. Just using the energy that maybe feels a little bit challenging and redirecting it in a way that will make you feel stronger and that will make your body stronger and that will make you feel confident and accomplished and powerful. I feel like that's a real important thing right now, especially, is to have a good outlet for your energy. That in mind, I feel like the basis of energy work is always breath, and so breathing is super important for that sort of practice. Practicing breathing is a good place to start. But before we get started with the breath practice, I want to talk about what I want to do today. And what I want to do is to start with a meditation and a visualization, which I will guide you through. And we're going to do some breath work and meditation. And then we're going to do some foam rolling. So if you have a foam roller at home, this is really weird that I'm doing this because I would normally plan this sort of thing in advance. But I feel like foam rolling is a good thing to do today. We're going to talk about nervous systems, and we're going to talk about relaxation and self-massage and things that you can do to take your own shit down a notch, to control your energy. Magic is all about energy and what you do with your energy and how you divert it and how you build it and how your focus, the things that we repeat, our patterns. That's the things that we become. So if you have a foam roller handy, good stuff. If you have a ball, maybe you don't have a foam roller, but you got a tennis ball, that'll work. We'll talk about how to use that as soon as we meditate. For your meditation, you're welcome to sit on a pillow if you have one handy. I'm going to sit on a yoga block, and I'm going to cross my legs. And just like so. Yoga block, cross my legs. I'm going to sit upright. If you would like to put your hands palm up on your knees, that might be a nice position for you to take. Keep you nice and open. I like to think about a string coming out from the crown of my head, and I just pull that string a little bit with my hand, like I'm pulling up on a marionette, and maybe that'll help me to take a little bit taller posture. And then with every breath in through my nose, I expand my stomach first so that I fill my lungs from the bottom. And then I sigh that breath out my mouth. In through the nose, expand the stomach, and then sigh it out through your mouth. Every breath in gets longer and longer, and every breath out gets longer and longer. With every breath in, I want you to see your entire spine from that crown of your head all the way down your neck, down your rib cage, down your torso, to your sits bones, all one solid line. I want you to make sure that you're keeping that neutral so that you are always pulling up on that marionette string at the top of your head. Maybe your chin is tucked just a bit. And I want you to just see that line of your spine from your head to your tailbone, to your sits bones. And with every breath in, your spine and that entire line of energy grows brighter and brighter. With every breath out, you can relax just a second and focus on your connection with the floor beneath you. Focus on the connection that your ankles or your feet are making with the ground. Focus on the connection that your sits bones are making. Sink into the ground or the bed or the mats beneath you. Breath in, tall, upright, shining pillar of light that goes from your head all the way to your sits bones, expanding your belly with your breath, feeling it running cold down the back of your throat. Sigh it out and feel yourself sink into the floor, into the ground beneath you. Breath in with a shining pillar of light. Upright. Now with every breath in, I want you to visualize in the center of your chest a little bit of light that's starting to get brighter and brighter. Maybe there's a swirling motion like a gathering storm on the surface of a planet. An orb that's getting bigger and bigger in the center of your chest of golden light. Just continue to see that orb and feel it in the center of your chest. That golden, warm energy, and it expands with every breath in. It gets bigger and brighter until it's the size of a bowling ball in the center of your chest. With your next breath in, feel the energy from that orb of golden light burning in the center of your chest, and feel it rush down your arms to your elbows, down your forearms, into the palms of your hands, where it spreads and glows in smaller orbs, maybe the size of cue balls. Feel those orbs as they pulsate with energy and glow with warmth and power. With every breath in, all three orbs, the orbs in your chest and the two orbs in your hand, glow brighter and stronger and warmer, comforting. With With every breath out, you sink further into the ground, into the supportive earth beneath you. Feeling rooted to the ground, feeling heavy like an anvil. The next breath in, I want you to see more of that light coalescing and swirling, this time in an orb that's at your pelvis, covering your sits bones and your reproductive organs. Your entire pelvis is covered in this also golden orb that's about the size of a bowling ball. You can hear the light on all of these orbs as it swirls and crackles. Maybe you get little bolts of lightning that skitter across the surface of the orbs in the palm and the chest and the pelvis of your body. You can feel the warm glow. More warm and comforting and relaxing with every breath in. You feel the gravity and the weight with every breath out. Two or three more big breaths in and out, this time focusing on that column of light that starts from your head and goes down your spine into the floor, into your sits bones. Sitting upright, pulling that marionette string. One more big breath in, expanding your belly. Tall posture, neutral spine, and then exhale it all out. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe shake your hands out a little bit. Do you still feel that energy? Do you still feel those pulses of energy there? I actually feel like I still have some nice warmth that's spread throughout my hands and my fingers. I definitely feel some nice warmth in my chest from that exercise. Really envisioning that and breathing and continuing that focus picture will help you to draw energy into your body, like limitless energy from the source of the universe into your body, which you can use to make yourself feel however you want to feel. You can use it to make yourself feel strong and comfortable and confident and warm and comfortable in your skin. And the more that you practice that along with your breath and your visualization, the easier that it becomes. You get better at the things that we get better at the things that we do all the time. We get better at the things that we practice all the time. If you're learning a new instrument, you get better when you play every day. So the same goes for meditation and building and controlling your nervous system and controlling your energy, which is really, really important in changing your reality and changing your world around yourself, and helping you to navigate chaotic times that are scary and weird, and nobody knows exactly what's going on. So that's why it's important to really learn to regulate and take care of yourself and your nervous system, because these are chaotic times and nobody knows what's going on. But we do know that healthy people are people who are generally in the spectrum that tends toward being a little bit healthier, who are taking real good care of their bodies and are watching their nutrition and doing everything that they can do to maintain a lifestyle that tends toward healthy behavior, are faring the coronavirus pretty well for the most part, with some exceptions. And so I feel like taking care of your body right now is super important. Taking care of your nervous system is a huge part of taking care of your body that I don't feel like we talk about very much. And so your nervous system is not only your spinal cord, which runs all up and down that line of light that we were envisioning of our spine, right? Connects to our brain, our eyes, like all of those nerves. You guys have seen Body Worlds, right? When they strip away all of the skin and they got just like the nervous system, or they've got just blood vessels or whatever else. So think about how that nervous system looks. It's just these yellow nerves that connect your brain to your eyes, to your spine, down into your hands and feet. Nerve endings come all the way out to your skin, but those are microscopic. But if you think about all of those connections, your nerves also go into your fascia, and your fascia is tissue that is wrapped around your muscle fiber. One of these days I'm going to do a real good fascia workshop where we talk about fascia, and man, that would be a good thing to do with foam rolling as well. I'm going to do this again with foam rolling, and we're going to talk about fascia, and but this time I really want you to visualize. If you think about the fascia kind of like a plastic bag, and you've got a chicken breast inside that plastic bag, and that chicken breast is your muscle, the fascia really envelops all of the individual fibers and the bigger sections of the muscle, and to varying degrees. And it's connected to your nervous system. And that fascia will tense up and tighten and pull, and your muscles will pull on that fascia and make things tight in specific areas and loosen others. And that's why sometimes we get we feel like we pull a muscle. That's like your fascia. It's tightened up, or maybe it's your nervous system is really keyed up, and so you've got a neurological response that's pulling on a muscle, and so it's causing you pain. Your nervous system, your back is twinging, something like that. So if we can learn how to breathe through those things and feel our nervous system as this tensing is happening, and to massage some things out, that'll go a real long way in feeling better in our skin overall. And the more that you can improve how you feel in your skin and make a practice of doing this sort of thing a little bit more regularly, the better off you're going to feel walking around creating your universe as you can put your energy towards better things. You can put your energy towards things that you enjoy a little bit more than feeling crappy in this flesh suit that you're wearing as you're walking around being a creator. You should feel amazing in this body. The body is a place for us to experience all of the pleasures, and so learning how to take care of it and making it feel better is a real important practice. And so we're going to get started. You can do all of this if you just have a ball, like I said at the beginning. If you just have a ball, that's great. You can use the ball. I'm going to mostly demonstrate on a foam roller today. Hopefully you have a foam roller at home. It doesn't matter what your foam roller looks like. If you have more than one, though, and one of them is black, go ahead and grab your big black foam roller. Maybe your foam roller is smaller. Maybe you have a rolling pin. You can kind of use a rolling pin on yourself. That's kind of nice. All right, let's get started. So I think with a foam roller, it's always nice to start sitting on it. Get this thing a little further away so you can really see the foam rolling happen. Yeah, there you go. So first of all, I want to make a point that I'm talking about nervous system stuff all the time, and right now I'm doing a foam rolling, and I'm wearing a red shirt, and red is like a really it's like the color that you wear when you're lifting weight. For me, I did a lot of weightlifting today, and so I was wearing red, and Now I'm trying to relax, and so maybe red isn't the best thing to have around me, but I just got to deal with it. So maybe you're watching this and feeling, man, like he's really wearing a red shirt and it's looking aggressive. And we're trying to calm our nervous systems. It would be better for me to wear a blue shirt. I'm sorry. Next time I'll try to wear blue. I don't have a lot of blue. All right, so just sitting back and forth and kind of rolling back and forth on your foam roller, just like this. And you might feel some tension where it goes over your hip bones and the connections, the muscular and lean tissue connections that go over your hips, connecting them to your legs to your pelvis. And that might be really tense right now. And you might feel, it might feel like a speed bump, or it might feel like you're, like you're stepping on an extension cord. It might be a real intense sensation. So do this maybe 5 or 10 times. And if it really, really hurts when you do this, just focus on that and exhale out as you're going over that spot that's really uncomfortable. And maybe that'll make it hurt just a little bit less. And like I said, 5 or 10 times, and that's probably enough to really get this started, to get you a little bit warmed up. Really what we're doing right now, just think of it kind of like a self-massage. And I want you to visualize as you are foam rolling, like always try to keep that line, your nervous system, remember that line of light, of energy that goes from the top of your head down your spine to your sits bones. I want you to run it all the way down your legs and down your feet into the ground. And try to bring it out your hands too, and really just see like your entire skeleton as a radiating energy and light out as you do this. And that energy is mixing with the places that feel uncomfortable, and it's allowing them to release and relax. Okay, the light emanating out from your skeleton is allowing those clenched up muscles to dissipate just a little bit of that tension. They're overwhelming it with their white their white healing energy. Ooh, I just popped a little bit, and that felt really good. Next, if you feel okay with that little bit of foam rolling, the next step a lot of times is to go ahead and pick up one foot and cross it over the other leg at the knee. And this might actually be a real intense stretch for you. And if it is, that's okay. And I want you to take this hand on that same side and put it down here on the floor and just lean into that hand. And just kind of get into that hip a little bit with that foam roller. So what we're doing when we cross the leg over, one leg over the other like this, is you're opening your hip down here at the bottom where it's coming into contact with the foam roller. You're opening that up so that you can really get in there. And this is probably pretty intense. And so just take your time with this and kind of explore it a little bit and take some deep breaths. Think about blue shirts. Think about being on the beach and the waves are crashing on the beach, and you hear the seagulls and you see the beautiful blue sky and the blue water, the white sand. And you're rolling over that spot that feels really uncomfortable, because of your squats, or maybe you're twerking, or whatever it was that you were doing that makes your butt hurt so much right now, if you're anything like me. Oh. All right. So a couple more, maybe 5 or 10 at the most. Get in there. And then go ahead and come out of that. Feet flat on the ground again. Put the hand down, pick the leg up, cross over the other leg, and lean into this. Do that same kind of thing where I'm just really putting all kinds of weight into the foam roller, and I'm leaning into the hip on this side, and I'm exploring. See that light, the light with every breath in that washes down my legs and down to the hip into this spot that feels uncomfortable down in here. And the white light is just kind of washing through that area and taking away some of that pain sensation and allowing it to just kind of relax with the breath. So this is a great way to foam roll your hips. And it's a pretty important thing to do, I think. And next, go ahead and shift to sitting on the floor, just like so. And then I'm going to scoot forward a little bit. And then I want you to take the foam roller and put it right here at the bottom of your rib cage. So your floating ribs, the ones that aren't connected all the way through. Just put it right here at your floating rib and lean back into it. You can put your elbows on the foam roller. I don't want you to do your lumbar spine. So down here, no bueno. Right here, okay? Right where the rib cage starts. My rib cage is right here, right? So right there at the bottom of my rib cage is where we're going to start with this. And just want to kind of gently scooch the foam roller up a little bit at a time. And I'm holding myself here. And I'm just pressing my back down into it, pressing my weight into it. And then scooching it up a little bit more with my elbows, finding a new spot, and then I'm relaxing into it. And I'm still focusing on my breath and seeing that energy flow coming in from the top of my head, rushing down my spine, down in my chest where it collates and swirls, down my arms to my hands where it collates and swirls, down my pelvis where it collates and swirls, and down my legs into my feet. Maybe there are orbs connecting to my feet now as well, kind of like right in the bottoms of my arches. With every breath in, all of those orbs continue to pulsate and grow warm. I'm sinking into the foam roller, especially with the breath out. Maybe I can tent my fingers with or tent my fingers to the sides of my head like so. I don't have my fingers interlaced, but I'm just kind of gently holding my head up, and then I'm sinking down more into the foam roller. A couple more nice deep breaths in this position after a few inches. Ooh, I just felt something pop. That's good. So part of stretching and foam rolling and maintenance and self-care is taking time to do it, telling yourself that it's okay to do it. We rush through so many things that we should be spending time and energy on. You know, our connections with other people. I think that's something that we should all get out of this situation is how important our connections to other people are. But we rush through so many things in our life and don't really connect to the important things. And one of the important things is taking care of your health and your mobility and just how you feel in your body. So what I'm doing is I'm opening my elbows wide. I'm trying to kind of touch. If I picked my butt up off the ground right now, I could touch my head to the floor. And that's okay if you want to try that. But I really want you to just try open your elbows as wide as you can and look up like you're gonna touch the top of your head to the floor, and then pull your elbows down together and look down. And do this 3 times. Breath in here on the way up, breath in, expand in the chest, and then pulling the elbows together, looking down with the whole body. Exhale it out. Breath in. Open, expand, breath out. Contract, crunch it up a little bit. So the point in this, breath in, expand, open up. Squeeze it out, pull your elbows together, crunch. The point in this is to get your thoracic spine really opening and closing and moving. Whew. It's good. All right, that feels pretty great. I think so far we've got hips, we've gotten glutes, we've got thoracic spine. That's a pretty good baseline to do multiple times a week. I would work on those things fairly frequently. After those things, I think that the next thing to do is, for a lot of people, is probably lower body and legs. So let's go back to seated position on the foam roller with hands flat on the floor, just like so. And then I want you to extend your legs out a little bit and then roll so that the foam roller is just beneath your butt cheeks on your legs. And so it's on your hamstrings right now. Your toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. Your weight is in your hamstrings on the foam roller, and then some weight is in your hands as well behind you. And then you're just going to gently pull the foam roller out towards your knees. Maybe you'll get halfway down your hamstrings and then push back up towards your butt just until you hit your butt cheeks again. Just get that little bit. If this is really uncomfortable or if it really hurts, remember that you can breathe out on the uncomfortable spot, and it will make your nervous system relax a little bit. So make sure you keep your breath breathing in and out. Remember that line of light that goes from your skull down your spine to your chest, down to your pelvis, those orbs at your pelvis and your hands and your feet. The light that washes over the pain or the discomfort and helps the muscles to relax. Fills you with a sense of warmth and safety. Just back and forth on that spot. You can go all the way to your knees if you'd like. That's a great way to go. Or if you are like me, you can do the top half of your leg and then do the bottom half of your leg. The bottom half of my leg feels really easy right now. So that being said, let's go back up to the top half, the hamstrings again. This time I want you to turn your toes to the outside and just roll a little more and see how that feels. Maybe you'll hit something that you didn't hit the last time. Really try to pull your toes out. And then 3 or 4 swipes, and then pull your toes in. See if that feels any different. Internal and external rotation, just working on freeing up some stuff back there for that. All right. And then go ahead and bring the foam roller down under your calves. So right at the medius part of your calf is where you want the foam roller to sit. And then you can put your hands behind you just like so and push into the ground so that you have all of your weight is in your hands and your calves. And maybe you'll have to only do a couple of swipes at a time and you got to take a break, and that's okay. Just do your best with this. But you want to just kind of rock back and forth over that spot. And this might be intense. And if it is, just breathe through it, relax, visualize that light, releasing the sensation of pain, flowing through your body. It's limitless. And then after a couple of swipes, go ahead and turn your feet to the outside again, and you'll get another part of your calf, your gastrocnemius. And if you're getting the outsides, actually, you're getting your peroneals. Oh, and my peroneals are really tight. My peroneus longus is intense. And then try turning your toes in. Just back and forth. Breathe in. Maybe you got to take a break. That's okay. I'm going to shake my hands out a little bit. Whew. That's a lot of pressure on the legs, too. I'm going to do it again in just a minute. Rolling it out. Maybe I'm going to just kind of turn them and explore. This is actually the most intense way for me right here. It's from hiking. So yeah, foam rolling once again is just about really telling your nervous system that it's okay, and you're kind of self-massaging yourself. So you want to really try to relax with your mind, you know, and your breath. Try to relax your body and your nervous system as much as you can as you're doing this. You know, try to set aside stressful thoughts of things. Really focus on the moment. Focus on listening to what your body feels like it needs and wants. This kind of self-care will help to relieve that feeling of burnout in a way that is positive, and you know, you're showing yourself that you're listening to your body and that you're trying to do maintenance on it so that it feels good physically and energetically. I feel like it's an important thing to take the time to do. So we got calves, we got outside and inside of the calves and the hamstrings. We got the hips and the glutes. We got the thoracic spine. Next, I am going to show you how to do your inside of your I'm going to do the inside of your legs. And so the way that you want to do that is you want to treat the foam roller. You want to sit down on the ground next to the foam roller with it at your hip and running down your leg. Okay, just like so. And then you want to kind of lay back and then turn your body over so that your adductor, the inside of the muscles here, is pushed down into the foam roller, and that the leg maybe is either on top of the foam roller or is not touching the floor but is out in front of the foam roller. And all of the weight, or the majority of the weight, is on the inside of my thigh, bearing down into the foam roller. And so I'm just going to roll out, starting from the inside of the thigh at the hip and pulling out towards the knee. Oh my gosh, that's really intense. I didn't think I had anything going on in there, but I do. And so that's just my nervous system that's holding on to some tension, some stress from something I did with my body, probably some hiking, some camping stress. And by massaging this out, I'm making physical and energetic changes to my nervous system and helping me to let go of that. So from the crease, the inguinal crease right here of the groin, all the way down to the knee on the inside. It looks really silly and awkward, but it's a super important one to do. You want to go ahead and do that on both sides and try to really get that inguinal crease here real deep too. And if that feels really uncomfortable, that's a sign that you need to do it. It's a sign that it's really tight for you, and maybe the area of some trauma and some stress that you need to work through, some shadow work maybe. For a lot of people, I think they hold trauma there because they've got some shadow work that they should address to help them to release. You know, anyhow, whatever the issue is, for a lot of people, it's an area with a lot of tension. And So it's an important one to do. That being said, I'm going to do the other side. And I'm just going to get down on the ground next to the foam roller, kind of like a body pillow. I'm going to extend this leg. Once again, I'm going to get into that inguinal crease. The leg is out to the side. I'm really getting on top of it and just digging into the area between my leg and my genitals, being careful not to run over anything that dangles. Putting that weight into it and kind of pulling from the inside of the hip to the outside, pulling down from the inside of the hip down the leg to the knee. And that's where the concentration of the weight is. And then I have some weight dispersed into my forearms as well. My left hip is off the ground. I'm holding, if you can see my foot right now, I'm holding myself up with my toes. So all of my weight is on this foam roller and my forearms for the most part, and the toes on both feet. Just take maybe 5 or 10 swipes. Make sure you're taking some nice deep breaths. Just relaxing into that. Remember that light that flows down your spine, coalesces at your chest, down your arms, into your hands, down your spine, to your pelvis, where it goes down your legs and into your feet. Just continue to see that energy and that light with every breath in, growing stronger and flowing. Feel the warmth in all of those globes. That spot where the foam roller is sitting that feels really, really uncomfortable, you can just breathe into it 3 or 4 times. And focus on those paths of flowing energy throughout your body that we've created through our visualization and through our attention to our fascia. Ooh, and I found a really uncomfortable spot on this side just now. So I'm just going to breathe into that a little more. You're welcome to follow along at home, or if you want to go back to the other side and chase something else that you found over there earlier, you're welcome to do that. Foam rolling is really about a practice that is personal. All right. That feels pretty darn good. Whew. So yeah, take a second, assess your body, see how things feel. I feel like that was pretty darn nice. There's a couple of more. I mean, there's lots of other things that I could show you how to foam roll. I think I'm going to do a foam rolling workshop soon where we're just going to focus on foam rolling for an hour or two, and really go throughout the whole body and work on some mobility techniques and how it feels to massage things that hurt. So be a little less talk of the energy flow maybe during that foam rolling workshop. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep that in there too. But yeah, just kind of assess how you feel in your body. Shrug your shoulders a little bit, turn your head back and forth, shake some stuff out. Hopefully that feels real good. Drop some comments below if that foam rolling workshop sounds fun to you. I would love to do it. Let's meet again on Wednesday at noon Pacific Standard Time, when I'm going to be doing centered glutes and core, and I'm going to walk you through a quick grounding meditation one more time to help you get centered, shake off that midweek stress, and we're going to focus on your core, which is going to fire your nervous system in a way that is going to make you feel better. You're going to feel more confident, stronger. It's going to improve your wellness. There are neurological pathways connected to core musculature that run up to the wellness centers of your brain, and when you really fire that in an effective way, it makes a big difference in how you feel. And so we're going to explore that together Wednesday. And then Thursday at noon Pacific Standard Time, Kettlebells for Yogis. That's one of my favorite classes, and it's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to explore some different yoga asanas and kettlebell exercises to strengthen those or assist with those asanas. That being said, if you want to help support the flow, you can hit me up on Venmo at Ritual Fitcraft. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, tell your friends, like my stuff, share it, leave comments. I'd love to hear what you'd like to see in future episodes. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and happy Monday.